Have you ever struggled to execute on your goals, accomplish them, do the work when you said that you will do it? I've been there, don't worry. And in this video, I will show you how you can literally make this so this never happens again. Yeah, you heard me right. You can make it so that you never have to rely on discipline or any other productivity trick so that you actually stay true to what you say you will do. So that you actually do the work necessary to accomplish your goals. Now, why should you listen to me? Because this is what I did myself. I was somebody who struggled with procrastination, disciplining myself to do the things that I said I would do, accomplishing my goals, to now being the person who never procrastinates, who works every single day on his goals. So in this video, I'll share the lessons and I'll also give you action steps so that you genuinely become way more productive, a person who accomplishes their goals without relying on discipline and without ever having to beat themselves up for procrastinating. Now let's get into it. Before, I would literally procrastinate. I would do anything just in order to avoid the work. Go to the bathroom, go on my phone for a few minutes, do something urgent, to do some shallow task, like anything, literally. I would do anything in order to delay starting to actually work. And on the times that I did actually start working, I felt huge resistance. It's like you're swimming upstream. If you've ever been on a river and you're swimming and the water is going towards you, you're swimming, but you're in the same position the whole time because of the flow of the river is going against you. You're swimming upstream instead of downstream. Imagine if you could swim downstream. This is what I'm going to teach you in this video. One day I came upon this video from a super successful entrepreneur, and what he shared literally completely changed my life forever. He said that what I feel is nothing weird. It's actually normal because I was focusing on the wrong thing. I was focusing on accomplishing this goal of mine, for example, building my YouTube channel, instead of becoming the person who makes videos, becoming the person who runs a successful YouTube channel, who is creating videos. So the focus was on accomplishing this goal instead of becoming the person who can easily accomplish this goal. In other words, I was doing things that didn't feel natural. I didn't view myself as a YouTuber or somebody who makes videos, somebody who records videos and everything that goes into it. I didn't see myself that way. And thus my brain and body were like, what are you doing? But they were like, what? My old self didn't like it one bit. And he didn't believe I should do this, nor maybe he didn't even think I could do this, because I was not that type of person. It was weird to me. It's like the first time you work out. If you never worked out, it's not natural. Same thing. Maybe you procrastinate, maybe you struggle with that. And this is the reason. Fast forward to today, I have a document that I wrote. It's called My North Star. And that's literally what it is. It's a document in which it states not which goals am I gonna achieve, but what type of person am I becoming? How does this new person think? What are his standards? How does he see the world? What does he believe to be true? These are all the things that I have wrote in this document. And this is a document that I read every single day, twice, in order to constantly update my identity, literally work on becoming this new person who literally can accomplish whatever I want him to accomplish. Once I started doing this, literally a few weeks passed by or even less, and I felt less and less resistance to doing the work that I set out for myself at that time to do. If it's according to these videos, it felt normal, it felt natural. It was something that I'm doing. As I said, I don't have to rely on discipline and willpower. This can become your reality too. You will start looking at life completely differently, same as I do right now. I don't think, what's the goal? I ask, what's the person that achieves this goal easily? And I become that new person. I feel more motivated than ever. I have burning desire to accomplish my goal. I never literally struggle with procrastination, and I always do the work. Wouldn't you want that for yourself? Imagine how your life would change if you could start thinking the same. If you could apply what I'm telling you. This one practice will literally 10x your results. Whatever you want to accomplish, it will 10x them. Now, literally, if you don't apply these action steps, nothing will change. Your life will stay the same and you might never achieve your goals. You might struggle with this for years, decades, or your whole life. If you don't want that regret, if you want to actually change your life from watching this video, then make sure to listen to me and take action, okay? Promise me you're actually gonna do this, okay? Let's go. First thing, you wanna ask yourself, what goals do I have? You might not even have goals right now, okay? So think, what goals could you achieve? Which goal would make you very proud if you were to achieve it? Is it having a better physique? Is it becoming more confident? Is it getting great girlfriend? Is it spirituality? Is it business? Whatever it is. Now, when you know what your goal is, you ask yourself, what type of person achieves this goal easily? So let's start writing this document. You can call it New Me document. You can call it My North Star. You can call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Literally, first thing, you want to write down your goal. You want to make sure that you never forget about the direction you're heading in, okay? So what do you want to achieve? Second thing, you want to note down your desires, okay? You want to make sure that you know and make yourself aware every single day, why do you want to achieve this? You want to really be crystal clear why you want this goal so hard. You want to make it a burning desire of yours. You want to make it so you really want to achieve this goal, so that you push hard, so that you actually think about ways how you can do this, so that you never procrastinate. Yeah, third, literally your perspectives. So you think, how does this person see the world? What does he believe to be true? How does he see himself? What he thinks it's easy, what he thinks is hard. You can go ChatGPT, ask him other suggestions, but this is great guidelines for you to start. And then you can obviously, and you should, edit your identity as your priorities change. And fourth thing, you want to set minimum standards. Minimum standards are literally things that if you don't do, you feel awful and disgusted by them. Right now, you maybe don't, but by reading them every single day, the ones that you're gonna set for yourself, these are gonna become your minimum standards. So up your minimum standards from, if you currently have a fitness goal, let's say, and you wanna work out more, this is the goal of yours, this is the goal that you set, up your minimum standards. Say I'm gonna work out 6 days a week. This is a minimum standard of mine. I train an hour, 6 days a week. That's a minimum standard. And right now, it maybe isn't, but with time, it will become. As I said, this one habit will 10x your results. Don't fall into the trap thinking this is useless or just being lazy. Okay, set an alarm to go off same time in the morning and at night. You want to read this twice a day. This is so worth it. As I said, this will 10x your results. The second lesson, this is the final lesson. I already told you how I felt huge resistance towards doing the work or whatever I said for myself that I will do actually. But another thing that I struggled with was constant distractions. I would often start working and I would get literally notifications from my phone. Somebody would call me, somebody from around me would distract me, ask me for help or whatever it was. Or even worse, I would just pick my phone out of habit and bunch of time would be wasted, sometimes even hours, which obviously I felt awful. Once I finally disciplined myself to start working, all these distractions made me so inconsistent. Literally, sometimes I wouldn't do any work, sometimes I would do great, sometimes I would do mediocre. It took me a long time to learn this, so I hope you take this seriously and learn immediately after watching this video, take action on this. So before, I would be somebody who would obviously get distracted a bunch, but I learned by reading a book called Atomic Habits and by watching videos from very successful people that instead of trying to change your behavior in order to accomplish your goals or stick to new habits, what you want to do is change your environment. Besides your identity, identity is going to help you the most, but second best way is change your environment. And you should do this together, not just one or the other. You should apply both of these lessons to your life. I learned that by changing my environment, it's way easier to actually do the work that I said that I will do. For example, if you're working, you already have a to-do list for that day, the day before you made it. You know exactly what you're going to do. So there's less friction for you to actually start working. But once you start working, all the notifications, all the calls, they're turned off. Your phone is in do not disturb mode, and you literally use an app that blocks you from using social media, games, and anything that you wouldn't use when you're working. This way, And this is what I do today. Obviously, that's why I'm saying all of this. This way, when I get to actually sit down to work, I cannot procrastinate. It's hard to procrastinate, honestly. If I sit down to work, I see the to-do list, and for some reason, I don't want to do it. And I go onto YouTube. Bam, it's blocked. I cannot access it. I go onto social medias. No, I can't. I go on anywhere except the sites, apps that I'm going to use for work. I cannot use them, which means it's literally impossible to procrastinate. You see, by changing my environment, it's literally like it makes procrastination impossible. Instead of me relying on willpower and discipline. So imagine you change your identity, so it's natural for you to work hard. But even if you, whilst you're changing still your identity, even if you don't literally want to work hard that day, you really want to procrastinate that day, in your environment, you change it so it's impossible. It's hard to procrastinate. Imagine how your life would look like. Imagine if this was your reality. And guess what? You can do this in 5 minutes. So if you truly want to make that happen, let's go on the second action steps for this video, and that's it. And this will, again, completely change your life. No joke. So the guiding question, how to make my environment so that it's easy to work as hard as possible, and so it's hard to procrastinate. That's the guiding question that you should be asking yourself. So if you're working on your computer, this is how that will look like. You want to literally make sure you let some natural light in. You see how there's natural light in? I pull the curtains to the side. Then you want to slightly open your windows so there's some fresh air in your workspace. You want to make sure that your phone is not in your room, so you don't subconsciously go on it, or you feel lazy, but so you go on it. You want to make it invisible. You don't want to see that thing before your workday is done. That's the perfect scenario. You want to make sure everything that you need for work, water and everything else that you need, is literally on arm's reach. And you want to make sure that the day before you scheduled what you're going to do for that day, and that you're very specific. So the next day, when you actually sit down to work, you know exactly what you need to do. Instead of thinking first 30 minutes, what am I going to actually do? Okay, so this is the physical optimization for your environment. Now we go into the digital, which is, as I said, turning off all the notifications, putting your phone on do not disturb mode, going into settings and turning on grayscale mode. This makes it so it's black and white. Why would we do this? Well, because it's going to make your phone way more boring, which is a great thing, because your goals will not get accomplished if you scroll on social media. Your goals will become accomplished if you do the work. And then after, if you really want to be on your phone, instead of work out, go out and whatever you want, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be on your phone, sure, but do that after the work. So that's why I want to make the phone more boring. Turn on grayscale mode and install the app called Freedom. It's literally an app that lets you set a recurring session, meaning every single day at the same time, you block whatever you set out to block. I recommend blocking everything that you will not use for work a time you set out for yourself that you will work. And also you can do this for do not disturb mode in your settings, so that it's automatically put it on do not disturb mode and you don't forget about putting it, and also you don't have to manually doing it every single day and disabling it every single day. Literally, these are the action steps that are gonna completely change your life. But if you do not work on your computer, as I said, the guiding question, how can I make it as hard as possible to procrastinate and as easy as possible to work hard and achieve my goals? So if you're an entrepreneur who wants my personal help with becoming more productive, having better work-life balance, not being so stressed, and way more, click the link in the description of this video and I will teach you how that can become your reality. And that's it for this video. I hope I helped everybody, and see you in another one. Bye.